Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday. As always, I apologize that it's taken me a little bit to get back on the train again to make some videos. My apologies. I've just been crazy at work in a good way, but it has prevented me from hanging out with you all. So anyway, I'm not going to waste a lot of time. Today's video is actually a super exciting one. I am revealing a brand new bag that I bought for the cruise collection. And then tied with that, I can't remember what video I referenced this in, but you know, everybody is worried about buying bags with imperfections, and it's not something that I'm as worried about as others, just because I don't really like baby my bags, and I figure at one point in time or another there's going to be something wrong. Obviously, the converse to that argument is that they're so expensive to buy, so if you're going to do it, you should get one that's in perfect condition. So I definitely totally understand that argument, but I'm going to do a reveal of the bag that I just got, and then I'm going to actually compare it to another bag that I have, same style, do a little bit of a comparison between the bags, and in conjunction with that, show you kind of what the worst case scenario wear and tear on a bag looks like. And for the second bag, the one that I purchased back in 2010, I think it was 2010 or 2011, it was actually purchased in this condition, and it was probably like my fourth bag, and I actually didn't really like notice that there was kind of an issue with it, and didn't really know better. So I'll give you like a little bit of story about both of them. So anyway, first and foremost is my super exciting reveal of my 2017 dark pink caviar jumbo. So this might be showing up slightly darker on camera than it looks in real life, but this is a brand new bag. I'm just going to hold up the little tag. This is what the tags are starting to look like. It's actually kind of nice. And then I'll put the product code information below, but this is 17C, which is 2017 cruise collection. So that's right around now. A is an apple, 58600. That first part, the A code, is the code for a jumbo. And then it's Y25378, which is the code for caviar leather. And then the color code is 3B as in boy 073, and it's listed as dark pink. So I absolutely love it. This is my fourth jumbo. I think the other, you've definitely seen, if you've watched my other videos, the So Black Chevron. I also have a red caviar with silver hardware, and then the one that I'm going to compare this to, which I'll show you guys in a minute. But anyway, this is my most favorite bag I think that Chanel makes. It's considered to be an iconic bag. It's sort of between the two other most popular sizes, which are a medium large, and which is smaller than this, and then a maxi, which is very much bigger than this. And again, I don't remember what video this is, but I do show you guys. Oh, it's my Chanel Blacks video. If you watch that video, you'll see kind of all three of those sizes. But anyway, this has always been my favorite size. I think it's because it looks good on my shape. I'm 5'5" and about 145 pounds. So it's just a good shape for my body. I also think that it holds a lot. You've probably heard me say before that I think the medium large is not too much bigger than a mini. So and you're paying about $2,000 more for medium large than you are for a mini. So for that reason, I think price wise, this is where it's at. This bag is $5,500 without tax. So depending on where you live, it probably is going to run you pretty close to $6 grand when you get it. The medium large is $4,900, and then the maxi is $6,000. And I also really like the maxi, but it's a gigantic bag. It's like up there like a briefcase. So anyway, yeah, this is my super gorgeous. Has the pocket on the back. Pink jumbo, and this is a seasonal bag. So when you open the flap, the leather on the inside is the same color as the leather on the outside. Had this been an iconic flap, if you watch the black video, you would see this with the medium large and with the maxi, because it's an iconic color, which I believe is the black and the that tan color. beige Claire, I believe it's called. I think the interiors of those bags are burgundy, thus kind of indicating that it's one of the more classic colors. So anyway, I am super excited about this. I absolutely love it. For anybody who's interested, you guys can definitely see the dimensions of this bag online. If you go to Chanel.com and you look in the product section, the measurements of this are approximately 12 inches across, approximately 8 inches high, and approximately 4 inches wide. And then this, which might not be showing up super well, is an extremely light gold hardware. So anyway, I'm really excited about this. And actually, for anybody who's like kind of interested, it came with a slight amount of drama, which was I had been at Chanel about a week and a half ago, and I actually purchased a python wallet on a chain in this gorgeous fuchsia color, and the one they had in the store was it had been kind of like handled before, so they had a new one ordered, and when I received the new one, it too had like the scales were lifting on the python, and there were a couple of like scuffs on the bag. It was also from a 2015 collection, so it was a couple of years old. So while I was waiting for the, I guess, the third one to come in, I started to have major regrets about potentially venturing into the world of exotics, just because the two that I looked at weren't in the best shape. So when I went back, the python wallet on a chain was $4,800 too, which is a huge price tag for something as small as it is. But when I went back to look at the replacement that came in for the one that I had purchased that had ultimately come damaged, it didn't look that much better, and by then I was already sort of like drifting off in my mind into like bigger and better pastures, which very happily ended up translating into this jumbo. I'd actually been considering purchasing another jumbo, so I was so excited to find this one. And as far as like the color is concerned, the one thing that I love is that it's very pink, but in certain lights, and this is not an example of one of those lights, there's a tanner element to it. So I think that I'm going to really be able to pull this off as a neutral. And for anybody interested, this is kind of what it looks like size-wise on my frame. So yes, so I'm really, really stoked. So anyway, transitioning into the second part of this video, this bag is about as close to perfect as it gets. As I have become more and more, I guess, into Chanel as the years have gone past, you kind of pick up on things that are not perfect. A really good example of that is a lot of the times bags will have like a crooked flap where one side will hang longer than the other. I've seen bags before that have already had color transfer or stains on them from people handling them in the store. Bags before where you see like little loose like popped threads. Now, most of this is not really a big deal to me, but when I did buy this bag, I thought to myself, this is gorgeous. It's in great shape. It's about as nice as it gets. And then I started thinking about the one bag that I have, which is also a jumbo, that does kind of have some issues. So I will put the product information for this below, but I bought this guy. This is my blue lambskin jumbo with kind of like a shiny, like brassy gold hardware. I believe I bought this in 2010 or 11. I might not even be right about that, but I'm going to put the product information down at the bar below in case you guys are interested in looking for it. I do not believe that this is a blue Roy, R-O-I color. That's an extremely popular, like really hard to find Chanel color, and I'm not 100% because I've never done a ton of research on it, but I don't think that this is that bag. But anyway, what happened with this is I had purchased a hot pink iridescent caviar jumbo in Hawaii and bought it and then started doing research on it. And for anybody who's ever seen iridescent caviar before, it's a lot spongier than regular caviar. It's sort of like a lambskin version of a caviar, like much more like supple and like pushy, like if you can push it. Well, anyway, I discovered that consistent with what it feels like, it's hyper absorbent. So that bag, the iridescent caviar bags, get terrible reviews as far as color transfer is concerned. I guess it's just you know, if you have a black bag, you don't have to worry. If you have a white bag, you have to worry. If you have an iridescent caviar, you should be even more worried because they just sponge up color. So when I got back to Chicago from the trip, I went right away into Chanel and exchanged that hot pink jumbo for this one, which was actually at the time, I believe, the only bag that they had available. So it's certainly not in bad shape on film, but, and I'm not sure this is going to show up like super well, but you can see that it has always had this like denting right here. You can tell that these quilts are not perfect. And then it has a line, which is a color transfer line, like right across the front here. So I think off the bat, for people who are more like scrupulous, you would kind of pick up on this right away, and it would probably be something that bothers you. And then towards the edge over here, you're going to notice a little bit additional denting here with this quilt. And then there's just kind of like some general wear and tear around the corners. And believe it or not, but I actually, you know, and then you back up and it looks great. So it's really not like a huge deal. But I think if I was getting this bag again, or if I was buying a bag now, I'd probably be like a little more cognizant of it, especially with respect to this like denting that's kind of happening like around the edges of the bag. But otherwise, I've owned this bag for probably 6+ years and it's in awesome shape. So, you know, it's kind of like a pros and cons type thing where I'm saying, you know, that yes, it came with some like manufacturing defects, but otherwise it's absolutely a gorgeous bag. As far as the comparison between this blue one and the pink one, they are exactly the same size. The pink one might look a little bigger here, but it's not. Same width. Actually, you know what's interesting is this guy still is stuffed with paper. You can sort of see on the blue one how they end up like kind of folding in on themselves like after the passage of time. And then, sorry, the back of this bag is the same, has the pocket. The one difference that's very interesting that you can tell, and I don't know, maybe in the comment section below you guys can tell me if you have a preference, but if you notice, the flap of this pink bag has piping around it. So it has like a seam like running along the flap, whereas this blue one doesn't. So you can see kind of the difference with the flaps. I don't know why Chanel does one and not the other. The other two jumbos that I have look like this, where they don't have this piping. So I'm not 100% sure if this is maybe something new or something different. But anyway, that's kind of what these look like. And I am very, very excited to have this bag. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this kind of strange little hodgepodge of a video. I've been wanting to do one for some time on this guy, just to sort of give people an idea of, you know, probably like one of the not as great shaped bags that I have. And figured that it would be kind of like an apt time to sort of put these together, because this pink one is absolutely perfect. This one is not. However, I love both of them the same. So anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. I hope everybody has a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful week, and I'll be back soon. Bye.